Hola clase, let's go over your Unit 4A minus commands review sheet. You guys needed to use indefinites and you needed to use the correct form. So that helps by first asking yourself, are they adjectives, adverbs, or pronouns? And that brings in the translating that will help. Sorry, I had the wrong screen there. The strawberries cost too much. How do they cost? Too much. So this is an adverb. It's describing cost, a verb, not las fresas, which is a noun. So I want demasiado, because the adverbs always end in the letter O. I bought too much pasta. Too much is describing pasta, which is a noun, so it makes it an adjective, and it has to match. So too much will be demasiada. All of everything throughout each whole. Okay. You don't have the grapes. I have all of them, every one. It's a pronoun. Pronoun replacing every grape. So todas has to replace grapes, uvas. The store does not weigh the spinach. Or doesn't weigh all of the spinach. So all of is matching spinach, which makes it an adjective, has to match todas. Alright, so those are your answers for 1 through 4 with too much or too many, and all of, everything, everyone, throughout, each, or whole, which are different forms of demasiado and todo. And the next part of the video, I'm sorry, the recording has the wrong numbers, so what the video will refer to as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will actually be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 on your paper. So just follow along. The answers are still the same. They're just misnumbered. So they're 5 through 10, but on the video they're going to be 1 through 6. Here we go. I like I like bread. How? A lot. So that's referring to how I like it. Because if it was an adjective, it would say much bread, a lot of bread. The adjective would be in front. So instead, this one is an adverb because it's modifying how much I like it. So if it's an adverb, we know that it has to end in an O. And how do you say much, many, or a lot? Mucho. Number 2, did you order, this is the past tense of pedir, did you order bags? In this case, did you order many bags or a lot of bags? A lot is describing bags, so this is an adjective. So I know it has to match bolsas, so it's going to be muchas. Number 3, do you sell carrots? I need many, or I need a lot. So in this case, it is a pronoun because it's taking the place of carrots. I need a lot of carrots, and if it's a pronoun, it still has to match. So it will be muchas to match zanahorias. Next, let's talk about few or a little. If you know your notes, if you know your words, which you must know your words for the quiz tomorrow because you're going to have a fill-in-the-blank section like this, you know that few or a little is different forms of poco. Poca, pocos, pocas. This store has few containers. Few describing containers. So it's an adjective, and it has to match, which requires me to know what the article is in front of envases, and it is los, so the correct form of poco will be pocos. Number 5, are there boxes of cookies? I don't think this was vocab, but it means cookies. So are there boxes of cookies? Yes, but they only, this word solamente means only, have few or a little. Few or a little referring to boxes. So it is taking the place of boxes. It's a pronoun. So it needs to match cajas and it'll be pocas. Number 6. The liters of milk cost a little, or cost little. In this case, it's describing how much it costs. Cost is a verb and not a noun, so this one will be an adverb. And if it's an adverb, we know it has to end in an O. And just one point I want to make, if you guys don't know much about measurements, liters typically measure the volume of liquid. I think there is a question tomorrow on the quiz, so you need to know that liters, you can have a liter of milk, a liter of water. It's typically volume when it refers to liquid. Moving on. And if you don't understand anything, please refer to your notes where they are also further explained. Oh, is there another one on here? No. A few, any, one, some. Any way to say these or is different forms of algún, alguno, algunas, or algunos. Do you have some cheese? Some referring to cheese makes it an adjective. And so it needs to match cheese, and if you know your notes, if you have it followed by a singular masculine noun, it has to be algún. You drop the O and add the accent. This is the adjective form. Number 2, yes, I am buying some here. Some, referring back to number 11, referring to cheese. So it's taking the place of some cheese. Now it's just some, it's a pronoun, and this time it's not followed by a singular masculine noun, so it's alguno. Number 3, she, order, asked for, or requested. This is the past tense of pedir. Some melons, or a few melons. This is describing melons, so it's an adjective. And what form will match los melones? Algunos. Oh, these numbers are wrong. I guess this program renumbered each of them, so hopefully you guys are just keeping track on your paper. All right, no, none, not a single one, not any. I don't have a single tomato at home. I don't have any tomatoes at home. So this is describing tomato. It's an adjective. It's a singular masculine adjective, or matching a singular masculine noun, so I need ningún. In English, you might say I don't have any tomatoes, but remember, in Spanish, you cannot have plural of nothing, so you have to make it a singular. I don't have a single tomato. Do you have tomatoes? No, I don't have any either. And it's referring back to tomato, so I don't have any or a single tomato either. This time it is a pronoun, and since it's not directly followed by a singular masculine noun, it is ninguno. And the next one, or, just remember, when you have these negative sentences, once you go negative, you stay negative. If your negative word is after the verb, you have to put a negative word in front. Again, if that doesn't make sense, refer to your notes, it's there. Or if it still doesn't make sense, please come see me tomorrow during First Resource. I will say this again at the end of the next video for part B, but it's so important. Again, there is a section very similar to this, like section A on the quiz when you take it on the scheduled date. So it's so important to you that you need to have all of these words in purple that are also in purple on our notes, and you should have highlighted for your next binder check, your Unit 4A binder check. These purple words need to be stored away in your brain in its own word bank. You need to know that no, none, not a single one, not any are different forms of ningún or ninguno. You need to know that a few, any, one, or some are different forms of algún. Poco is few or a little. Mucho is much, many, or a lot. That todo and different forms of it mean these things, and that demasiado means too much or too many in its different forms, because there is a section very similar to this on the quiz on your quiz date. And how can you do it if you don't even know the words? So please study, 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 and prepare. Good job. If you've listened to this video and done the worksheet, you're already on the right track.